I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my horoscope overview for you, Scorpio, for the week of July the 11th. This is a very eventful week, particularly for you in the terms of travel, broadening your horizons, and mixing and mingling perhaps with different cultures. And this is a time where you can really balance the scales with someone as well, which is always a nice thing for a Scorpio to do. I have 3 planets in Scorpio. I have Mars, Saturn, and Neptune. So I'm very in line. With the Scorpio. Of course, I have some Scorpio friends. So we like to balance the scales. We don't mind how long it takes, and this can happen this week. Now, you want to be a little flexible with your time and your schedule. Things can change. There is a square between, or 2 squares with Uranus and the Sun and Mercury. So there can also be an exchange of words which may not be pleasant, but perhaps be necessary. Okay, so do what you need to do. In this area, this 9th house where Mercury is, it is the area of truth. It's the area of brutal truth. So you want to try to think before you speak, but you're very strategic, Scorpio. In the end of the day, if something does blurt out, you do speak from the heart, then so be it. It probably needs to. Now, there are also another 2 aspects coming from Mercury and the Sun with Mars. Mars in your sign. Now, Mars sits very comfortably in your sign. It's your co-ruler. So it's comfortable here. These are trines with Mars between the Sun and Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication, so it's almost like this week some things you can speak your truth, and then it can all come together the way that it should. So don't, certainly be your strategic self, because, you are very strategic in your moves, but in the other sense, try to get it out of your own way too, because there's almost like a bit of a fateful thing happening this week. It's like what happens is meant to happen, and sometimes when you try to control things too much, then you can get in your own way. I hope that makes sense to you. But it's a great time. I love the Mars energy, particularly when it's Mars at its best, like it is now with these trines. It's very sort of passionate, go-getter. It's like has a great force of certainty coming behind it. So it's a very, very nice. Now, during the course of the week, about midweek, both Venus and Mercury are going to move into the next sign. For you, this is going to be your career zone. And at the end of this week, Mercury and Venus are going to connect in a conjunction. It's fabulous, a very powerful spark of energy, particularly for you being in your career zone, and particularly as Mars in your sign came out of retrograde about a week and a half ago. So it's all systems go. So what goes down sort of through this week, by the end of the week, I feel that it comes together, and there's lots of discussion. Seems to be lots of talking going on. Make sure you're not doing all the talking. Remember, the art of communication is to also listen. It's like you got to play that chess game where you say something, you wait for someone else to respond, and step back, think about it. But certainly, and but it's not all about work. It's also about love, whenever Venus is involved. And Venus is, before it moves into your career zone, in an area which indicates that a soul love. If you haven't already found soul love, if you have, then there can be some situations you have to work through this week. If you haven't, then it's possible that you can find somebody you feel very connected with at the moment, okay? And when you do, you want to hold on to that, because it doesn't come around every day. All right, so love and luck to you. I hope you have a great week. I'm Jennifer Angel. Thanks for watching.